Hey, what's going on? This video, I might be a little bit all over the place. It's been a weird week. I've had a whole week off since Christmas, since last Friday. So yeah, just been had my head in the clouds. Just kind of realizing that tomorrow I'm back to work just for one day, and then you got off for the first. But I was gonna take off. I have days to use or carry over. And then I realized I gotta get my performance review done, my PDA. I wish that meant public display of public display of affection, but So look at that, a little bit of a change up there with the background. The one thing I did do productive this week, I cleaned up my desk a little bit, just a little bit. I'll give you a little peek. So I used to have a bunch of missionary cards back here, like people who are on missions for the gospel, and I had a ton of like wood picture frames. I actually just moved those down there. Those picture frames were so old, back when like my two oldest were super small. You can still see a couple of pictures up here. There's me, my dad, my grandpa, and like my two oldest when they were super small. And there's young DK with my two young kids. That was like pre-TTM. So I've actually been able to move this back. I usually don't have this much space. Usually this is pulled forward. Check out this Christmas gift. 2 boxes of Ultra Pro pages. Oh, look at this guy. Look at little Nodder, the old man. Little Merry Christmas. And then here's my binders that I'm sinfully packing full of autographs. Those are my extras. These are the landscapes. These are the portrait cards. But back here, behind me, I used to have this big, huge poster foam board, and this was not taped up. So tonight I finally went to the store, bought some decent two-sided tape, threw that guy up there, and then this was behind me also. This huge, let me see, that huge like big piece of cardboard had like a bunch of extra backgrounds in it. So that used to keep me like pushed forward. So now I'm able to actually push my seat back, and there's just a little file cabinet there with a binder of my promos. And look at that. Who's this? Jack Hager, We the People. Actually, Jack Swagger. Jack Hager, Jack Swagger. So yeah, and then I just propped that up. So that's that. But yeah, it's a landscape collage. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness, I can't even count. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 by 8. So that's gonna be, it's 112. 14 by 8, 112. So there's 112 different signed landscape cards there. And I don't think there's any of the same fighter. So yeah, that's what's up with that. So I got a little bit of this collage corner going on. Went up to the Pine Corner, my old buddy Trent. Oh man, what's been up? So I got Christmas gifts. DK did some IP. I had an eBay pickup. My kids are always on the Xbox, and I thought I wanted to get on it too, so I bought this for like $8 off a zero feedback seller on eBay. So I got that real cheap because it was a zero feedback dude. So hope to get in the 6 at some point. You think I would have done it this week with being off work, but so we had Christmas Eve. We had 2 places to go. Christmas morning here with Santa and our family gifts, and then we had 2 places to go. Christmas Day, and then the next day I thought I had off to chill at home, and I had to go to freaking the Wisconsin Dells. We only took, what did we take? We took 3 of our kids. The oldest and the youngest stayed home. We actually paid my oldest son some money to stay home with the youngest guy, Joshua. So he's going to use that money when he goes on his trip for his J term in college. He's actually leaving on the 7th. So then I had the day of travel to get up there, which is only a few hours, but then we had a really good deal on a water park, indoor water park, arcade, free pizza and hot dogs, soda. But the pizza and hot dogs were gross. It was just cheese pizza, and they were just freaking running those things through. So it's kind of a downtime for the Dells. If you guys know about the Wisconsin Dells, I think it might be America's largest like water resort parks area. So it's like 2 hours from me at the most. And then so we had that day, and then the next day was there, and then we came home. So I've only really had like a day or two, and then last night was the fights, UFC 232. I stayed up until 2. I was trying to watch all like the post-fight presser stuff, and I was just freaking gassed. And then at some point, my wife woke me up this morning, and she said, "You running Joey?" I'm like, "Oh crap." Joey had hoops. So this week has just been like, not really relaxing, especially today, having to feel so tired coming back from my son's hoops, which was a half hour away. I actually like dozed off a little bit here and there while the Packers were just stinking up Lambeau Field, just getting shut out by the frickin' Lions, like 31-0. First time getting shut out by the Lions since the 60s or some crazy crap. I mean, I clean shaved this for Christmas. I actually use a blade on that sucker, because usually I just use my adjustable electric and get close enough. So I'm just looking ragged. Look at this head. I did get a haircut, so I tightened up the sides, kept the top long, but whatever. What a drag, hey? So anyways, looking forward to putting most of the stuff away. I'm going to take some of the stuff to work with me so I can take pictures of it and upload it to my Facebook and Instagram, give my peeps some shout outs. So like I said, I got some TTMs, got some purchases, and I got some IP. So let's get to the IP. The IP was what, 2 weeks ago? UFC was here in Milwaukee, and I'm kind of getting older and have so many autographs of UFC stuff that I'm just like, do I really want to do this? But my buddy L.I. Quinta was coming into town, and some of you guys may or may not remember, I've had this hand wrap from him. Well, he signed it. This is a hand wrap from his fight with Diego Sanchez. This guy, Diego Nightmare Sanchez, formerly known as The Dream. And he signed Fight Warren, or FW, Fight Night 108 on April 22nd, 2017, but he never signed it. So I figured I would meet up with him and get it signed. Oh, shoot, this could be a really long video because I'm realizing this IP story is pretty long. I'll try to keep it brief for you. Let's see. So I was kind of getting discouraged. Like, I'm too old for this. I don't want to do this crap. And I'm realizing, you know what? Just show up. It's just because I get in my like gluten haze, and I get in my moods, or I just don't feel like doing anything. So I just showed up. Right. I had my cards ready. I had a couple 8x10s printed out. I had 2 of these printed out. This was a replica of the fight poster. So I got one of these complete. This is L.I. Quinta, and this is Kevin Lee, the Motown Phenom. So here's Motown Phenom, and then here's Raging Al on the bottom. So Al signed everything. I had 4 cards and 2 of these. He hit these just fine. And then the marker, he must have went over this a few times when he did this in person at his own place before he sent it to me, but this is where he tried to sign it right there. I should just peeled back this wrapping and had it done up on here. Always next time, right? I had planned on sending that to him to get it re-signed, but so anyways, that was at the open workouts on a Wednesday, and Al was going to give me 2 tickets, except his parents actually flew in for this fight because he was the main event on this Fox fight. I think it was the 15th or something of December. So I'm like, man, at open workouts, they're giving out 2 tickets. So I quick sent them a message, said, hey, man, when they give out 2 tickets, man, hook up your boy, right? I'll be right in the front. Well, he didn't see the DM until later. And then by the time he came around to sign and saw me, he was like, oh, you totally screwed up. Should have given me the 2 tickets. But he didn't, which was fine. So I didn't want to pay for the event. It's Christmas time and everything, and just didn't want to fork out the money for the seats. The card didn't have a bunch of guys I wanted to see, except for Al. But it's still the UFC. It's the greatest sports show you could ever go see. So these were the cards Al signed for me. So yeah, here's the 17 knockout, 15 chronicles, 15 knockout. The other was 17. I think this is 15 or 16 knockout. And then this was the first one he went to sign. I said, hey, can you just inscribe it Raging, since it already had his name on it. Didn't realize he was going to sign it so high. If it would have been Raging right there, that'd have been dope. So I should just let him finish it off with his name, but I didn't. So I gave the other signed by card 8x10 to my buddy Neil. He already got that. But I was happy to help him out because you guys know I've shown so much stuff that he's gotten done for me in person. So he didn't ask. I just got that done, sent it to him, and surprised him in the mail with that. So that was cool. So I didn't get tickets at the open workout, right? But I was able to go at another fighter appearance. Let me finish up what I got in person at open workouts. Sergio Pettis at open workout. So I got this 18 chrome done. Signed it real small. I didn't want to be douchey and ask people specifically where to sign, but I should have told people to sign nice and big across the middle because everybody picked a really small spot. So here's the other Kevin Lee I got. He hit one card in that one signed by 8x10, and then Aljamain Sterling was there with Ally Quinta. They're from Team Longo in New Jersey or New York. But then there was 2 fighter appearances, Friday and Saturday. Friday was Paul Felder, a local. He's on the Roufusport fight team. He's from Pennsylvania in the Philly area. And then Saturday before the event was Ben Askren. So again, didn't feel like going up there. At these Metro PCS signings or appearances, they allow you to put your name into a raffle box, and they draw up random people 2 or 3 times usually for free tickets. So I went up there, grabbed my wife from home after work, cruised up to this place. We got there right at 6:30, 6:31, and nobody's really there. There's like 5 to 10 people there at the most. Walked right up, started talking to Paul. Just shooting the breeze with him, talking about his career and how cool it is that he's a commentator and all this stuff, right? I know Paul's career is pretty good, and I'm like, man, I hope I just win these freaking tickets, man. I just kind of leveled with him, and had a big smirk on my face, and he looks at me, and he goes, well, how many tickets do you need? And I was like, shut up. He reached in his pocket and gave DK 2 tickets, one for me and my wife, and slid them underneath a signed promo. I got 2 done for friends, and I got 2 done for myself. So I had a blue Sharpie with me, or a blue Bic, and had him scribe it the Irish Dragon. Signed it real nice. He slid me those 2 tickets, and actually when I flipped over, when I went to take the promo and the tickets, one of the tickets was like a cover ticket. It was just like the person who had probably given him the stack. It had that guy's name on it. So I was like, oh, Paul, this isn't a ticket, bro. And he's like, oh shit. Reached in his pocket, and then he put the other one out there. So we had seats 1 and 2 right on the freaking aisle. And then I had this weird paint pen. And before I left, before the drawing, my wife and I were like, let's just get out of here. We already got our tickets. We don't need to hang around. And I was going to try to get the tickets for somebody else that wanted tickets in the area, but forget it. So I had this like reddish pink paint pen, so he inked up that one too. And as luck would have it, he tells me that Michael Bisping, you guys know, my favorite fighter of all time, in and out of the cage, just a huge success story, UK fighter. He was on The Ultimate Fighter. He won season like 4 or 2 or something really early, long ago. I think they're on like season 28 or something now. Those seats that I got from Paul were right by the Fox broadcasting set. Long story short, I was able to hook up with Michael Bisping and get a pic with him. He remembered my name after I said, hey, we've been exchanging messages, because I actually went down to the Fighter Hotel to meet up with a buddy of mine who was from Iowa. He came in for the fights, so I went up to meet up with him and to see some of the fighters. I didn't want to graph or anything, just wanted to chill, watch some fights that were on. I think Bellator was on, and really good time, but Bisping messages me back saying that he's in a different hotel, not the Fighter Hotel. So I wasn't able to hook up with him that night, He said, let's do it tomorrow. But tomorrow, back then, was the day of the event. I didn't want to bother him. So just really cool how it all worked out. I didn't get tickets from Al because his parents are coming into town. He said that the UFC was being cheap fucks, and he only gave him 4 tickets to give out. So I didn't get them from Al. Didn't get them from Al the second time at the open workout. Ended up getting 2 tickets from Paul's pocket instead of the drawing at Metro PCS, and the tickets were right by Michael Bisping, and I was able to connect with him and get a picture with. It was so sick. So that's that. Man, it's gonna be a super long video. Hope you guys watch some of it. If you do, that'd be awesome. And then this was the other card I got done by Paul in person, the 18 chrome, signed real nice, Irish Dragon. And I actually got it wrong. When I walked up to him, I said, I called him the Red Dragon. It's not the Red Dragon, even though he does have, he has a ginger. Yeah, so that's that. So here, TTMs, 2 TTMs. I think that's all I got. The rest are purchases. Sugar Sean O'Malley, he has his own, I think it's a hybrid strain of cannabis. So I had him inscribe it Sugar Show OG at the top. So yeah, it turned out pretty good for silver. You know me, I'm not a big silver fan, but pretty good. And then Chris Camozzi had these cards for a bit because he wanted to go get some new markers. He finished off a dually for me. I actually got this dually in a little bit of a purchase, but he hit this one. It's a poster insert. So Chris Camozzi is right there when he fought Jacare. So he signed it there in silver. Turned out nice and brand new. And this one he also hit in silver, so this is an upgrade for my set. The other one's going off to a buddy of mine. And then he hit this dually with black. So this is Kyle Noak, and that's Chris on a 2010 Showdown Shots. 2011, sorry. So that's that. And he sent me a note. There's the note right there. Boom. Said you didn't know they existed, but maybe you didn't know one of them existed. Probably the poster card, because he's signed this one for me before, and like I said, this is an upgrade. So, but hey, he gets punched in the head for a living, so maybe you forgot, right? Now I'm gonna have to put something in my header. Nope, I just got these today. Oh shoot, there's more after. I'm gonna do another video because I'm almost gonna be at 20 minutes. Let's just do this. I'm gonna save these for tomorrow and a trade I got from a pal, which included that Diego Sanchez promo. I'm just gonna show you the best card I got. I've gotten a Conor McGregor 16x20 from Fans Edge on a. They posted it for the wrong price. I think I got it for $60 delivered, and other people got them too. I should have got a couple more of those because I could have picked a better autograph to keep. But I got that 16x20 from UFC 194, I think, when he first got the belt from Chad Mendez. And I got this UFC magazine cover signed, pretty nice signature, but never got a card done. I have cards actually in New York with a buddy of mine, and Conor doesn't want to sign the cards because they're too small. But he's done it in the past for Topps for money. Here's one of them. Look at this. I made a trade to get that bad boy. Now, for you guys who grade cards, the corners are a little bit blurry, but that SIG is bold. So I got my first Conor McGregor on card autograph. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's numbered to 149. And I traded one glove for this. It's a hard to get glove. It was a GSP signed official UFC glove. But I had another GSP signed glove, so I put the other one in the shadow box. And this card is pretty valuable. I think it's around $150. Some buy it now is for $200. I haven't been able to get on my laptop to see what they sell for, but it's pretty valuable. So I'm glad I sent an extra glove, signed glove, to the guy, because I kind of feel like I got the better end of the deal. But he's the card guy, and I'm not, and I'm not gonna F up the card anymore. But I would love to have gotten this slab, but it's not gonna grade well. Maybe, what do you think? Should I just get it graded for the auto and slab it to keep it safe? LMK. So I'm going to cut this off right before 20 minutes just because it's a good number. And I'm going to do the rest of my stuff tomorrow, including making a certified autograph card out of the card that Kevin Lee didn't sign. So see you then.